We need to set the multiplication factors for the stones and pounds conversion, which I've written on there for you, so just put it as a simple formula for the two boxes, stones and pounds. Then we need to set the date, put the dates in. So put the date in of the when you started the process, and then you can continue putting all the other dates in if you want to, or you can do it a quicker way by just adding 7 to the first date, and then that'll give you a week later. Then just copy that down and it'll automatically add the weeks as they go on, so that saves you a huge amount of problems, or time rather. So the stones, you start off with what your weight is at the moment, so I just assume say 12 stone, and then pounds I just put in a couple of numbers, so that basically you go down by £1 a week. You can select all of those, drag them down, and it'll automatically deduct one from each of the boxes, which is neat. The next one is the weeks, so we do the same thing here. So that's week 1, week 2. Do the two together, drag them down, and then go as far as you want to go down with your weeks. Right. Then we go on the stones multiplication, just drag that down to copy the formula all the way down the column. Do the same with the pounds. There we go. So we've got pounds and stones being converted. Then in the kilos, which is a whole lot easier to work with in kilos as opposed to stones and pounds, we just need to add the contents of these two boxes. There we go, and that gives you total weight in kilos. Drag it down again so it's covering all of the entries, and away we go. So the next thing we want to do is to actually select all the data that we want to plot. Go up to Insert, select your chart, and it has to be a scatter chart for this to work. Just expand it so it fits nicely on the screen, makes it easy to see. So now we want to make some modifications to the chart itself. So just right click on the left hand side of the bar. And you want to set your minimum on here. Instead of being 76, you want to set it slightly less than your target weight, which I'm putting down 60. Okay, so that changes the scale from 60 upwards. And then just to make it easier to read again, you can change the units to 1 kilo increments as opposed to 5 kilo, and that also makes it easier to see. So now we need to add a trend line. So we just go up to this, right click on the first data point, select linear on the trend line options, it has to be linear, and then you can forecast forwards. So if you type in 10 on there, you're going to get 10 weeks ahead of yourself, and you can see what your projected weight's going to be. So then we change that to 20, not quite there, 30, seems spot on, so that's good. So now you can see that the projected point is at about 43 weeks in total, but of course you're starting from week 13, so just knock 13 off the total and that should give you the number of weeks you've got left to achieve your target. There we go, good luck. Something I forgot to mention is that when you put the dates in, if you just put them in every single week but you haven't attended every single week, then of course you're going to go out of sync between the actual date and what you weighed. This may or may not be important, but you can always just go through and delete the lines, say number 6 and number 10, something like that. Delete those from the spreadsheet so that you have a continuous record, and then before you do the week numbers, to get it back all on track again. You may not want to enter all of the dates and weight measurements for, if you've been doing this say for a year. So I would just pick the last say 3 or 4 months, put that information in and do a trend line from that. You'll probably still be fairly accurate.